So bulking and cutting, the yo-yo system used to, in one phase, grow, gain muscle mass, and in the second phase, cut down and reveal what you've built, right? For some, it's a great system. For others, it's the most pointless system and is actually more damaging than good. Let me explain why. Cue the intro. What is going on, family? Gabriel Sey, aka The Truth, back with another Teach Me Tuesday. That's what's up. This actually isn't the Teach Me Tuesday that I was talking about last week. That's gonna come next week. Technical difficulties. Anyway, as always, before we start, if this video helps in any way, shape or form, don't forget to hit that like button, smash the ting, yeah? And also, if you want to support my personal clothing line, check out truebeastathletics.com. And also, if you're into vlogs, check out my new vlogs. A lot of time goes into them and I'm really proud of them, so I want you to see them. Anyway, links are going to be in the description and on the screen. So this question was sent in by Ethan Private 185742. That's a very interesting handle. Hey Gabriel, when bulking, as my weight increases, do I increase my calories with it? So after seeing that question, I thought a lot of people actually do the bulking and cutting wrong. So let me delve into that. See, because have you ever seen someone bulk, like proper bulk? Like big bulk, like they get massive, you can hardly recognize them. Then you look at then they cut down, and then you look at their cut from before and then their cut from now, and you're just like, what was the point in that? Well, that's what happens a lot of the time. When people look at bulks, they're thinking, oh, I need to be big. They forget about the original principles of why they started the bulk. So your bulk is to put on more lean muscle mass, but to get stronger through progressive overload, and the extra calories are meant to help you kind of like push through these barriers, right? But then after a few weeks, the focus goes from like those principles to just being big. And often it's because when people think of bulking, they think that, oh, well, if you're big, it must be working. And I'm not saying this from a high horse, looking down on little people. I don't do them things. I've been there. I remember when I did a competition and I finished and like I was just eating. Like after the ankle swelling goes down and you start getting a little bit stronger and stuff, then you just start getting big. But what people fail to realize is that that rate of mass is not muscle. I've literally heard people say, yo, I finished my competition and like 3 weeks later I put on like 20 pounds of pure muscle. Pure muscle. In what world? So here's a few tips, 4 to be precise, on how you can approach a bulk better to have a more successful and productive bulk. Tip number 1, make sure your weight gain isn't insanely greater than your strength gain. Hard facts are, you won't be able to see insane changes in like muscle growth in a short space of time like that, especially when you're, well, 1, fully in a bulk, so you're like fluffy, and 2, it just doesn't happen that fast. And sometimes it's so minuscule that when you cut down and you look at pictures side by side, then you'll be like, oh, that changed. And I think of this as a return on my investment. Think of it in like business terms. If I have a business and I'm like literally chucking money at it, which in this scenario would be food. I'm chucking money at it, just throwing money. And from that money that I'm throwing, I'm not seeing any increase in my strength gains, or like it's not, you know, if I reduce the amount of money that I was throwing at it, I'd still get the same amount of strength gains. Do you get where I'm going with it? Return on investment. Tip number 2, which follows on, is from this, slowly increase your macros and calories as your strength increases. So if you find that you're getting stronger and you might have hit a plateau, then you might increase your food a little bit to see whether that makes a difference. Or it could be the other point of this point, you know what I mean, mobility. The one thing that everyone neglects, sometimes I neglect it as well, but mobility in a bulk helps. You're trying to get your muscles to grow. If your muscles are constantly tight, then they're not gonna be able to grow because all you're doing is just like stressing it, which leads to injuries. Tip number 3, if you're not careful, if you go in like guns blazing, dirty bulk, I'm eating 6,000 calories a day and it's just like anything, depending on where your head's at, where your mindset's at and how strong-willed you are, it can build unhealthy eating habits and an unhealthy relationship with food. So I've mentioned in previous videos that sometimes you just need to get whatever in. I would personally say make sure you have a good balance. a good balance of, you can have like your fast food or whatever and have your clean food, but just have a decent balance so it's not just one-sided the whole time, because it, like when you're trying to bring it back, it can sometimes be a bit difficult. That's the same with clean food as well. Some people are so obsessed with Tupperware that even going out, and they're not competing or anything, going out to have meals with their friends is a problem. That's an unhealthy eating habit. It's not all one-sided, you know. And then number 4, which isn't really a tip now that I just reread my notes. It's not saying that you have to be lean through a bulk and, you know, avoid putting on too much mass and all that kind of stuff because it's counterproductive. No, if your strength is going up or whatever, and your weight's still going up and it's at a nice proportional rate, then cool. All I'm saying is be mindful to not unnecessarily put yourself in an unhealthy position, but also a position that's going to make it 10 times harder for you to cut. So back to the investment analogy, you've thrown all of this money there when you could have just kept some back, and now you've just been hit with a massive bill that needs to be cleared within 6 weeks. Now what? When you could have just put some money in slowly, kept some, and you'll be like, oh, that bill's there, you paid it. Do you get what I'm saying? But that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to smash the thing, yeah. Check out my vlogs. I'm sure you will like them. It's balancing family and fitness, seeing how I juggle the two together. The link's gonna be in the description and also on the screen. And also support your boy. Check out truebeastathletics.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. What should the comment be today? Oi, Gabe, I like how you enlightened us with the knowledge of bulking. So now I won't get too fat in my off season. Thanks. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.